Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? This week I went shopping at stores that I never go to because I'm trying to become more stylish or something. But
Has that been a problem?
Well, no. I mean, I'll still be myself, but
okay, but more stylish.
Exactly. Yeah. So I went to Forever 21 and Nordstrom from Rack, which I like never go to.
Okay.
Because there were like clearance sales.
I'll
and it
trust
was
you
great.
that those are names of stores.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Cool.
was fun.
It's not Target, so I wouldn't know the name of it. Or
Right.
Walmart. That's
You
where I get all
know.
my t-shirts. Right.
Lovely.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's get into our song today. I think we're gonna have a relatively easy. Oh, hey, buddy. Sorry. Clapple. He's wanting us to move along. Today's song, most of it is pretty easy. There's a couple little jumps that are difficult. I want to show you, first of all, what it's going to sound like, and then we'll take a look at some of the repeating patterns. So, along with the track, it's going to sound like this at full speed. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trolls, they wanna have fun. Yeah, trolls sound like with the track once we get that far. Let's see what patterns we have though that we're going to be able to repeat. So just looking at like, are there any pictures here? Are there colors that have that do some repeating patterns here? We've got those ones right there, and we've got those ones right there. Those look like they're the same exact thing, as well as, ooh, actually, you know what? If we include that C right there, that whole thing repeats. So if we learn that section right there, we'll also have that section right there, and we'll also have that section right there. So let's call that section 1. We're going to learn section 1 here in just a little bit. And then we also have this thing that goes C, G, G, C. And that also happens. It's hard to see this pattern because it starts over here, but this one right here also happens, and right here. So we're going to call that like section 2. So if we learn section 1 and section 2, there's only like 5 notes other than that we need to learn. So let's learn section 1 and then section 2, and then go back and learn all the in-between stuff. Section 1 is right here. It's going to start on an E. So in order to find an E, we're going to take any group of 2 black notes, like those ones, or those ones, or those ones, any group of 2 black notes. We're going to take the note that's on the right. So we're going to call this the higher one of those 2 notes, because that direction is higher and that direction is lower. So we're going to play the higher one, and we're going to drag it up, and we'll land on an E every single time. So we don't actually want to play this one right here. We're just going to use that note to find the E. And we're going to play that and say out loud the word trolls. Let's try that together. Ready? And trolls. And good news, the next note's going to be the exact same note. So we can say they on that same exact note. So we should be able to come up with trolls, they. Now when we go with the track, we'll probably have to play it a little bit faster than that. But that's all right. For right now, just practice that. And then if we go 1 note down, then that's going to be a D. So we just want to go 1 note to the left, and then go 1 note to the left again, and then go 1 note to the left again. And as you can see, all of these are going down, 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 down. So we're going to start on this E, play 2 of those, and go down, and down, and down. And then we're going to come back up 1 note. That C that we played just a second ago is going to come back right here. So you got a C right there, and a C right there. So we're going to play E, E, D, C, B, and then come back up for that C. And we're going to say out loud, trolls, they wanna have fun. Okay, cool. So then, we need 1 more note here for the end of that, because it goes fun. And that's a big jump. This is probably the hardest part of the whole song. We're going to play this C right here. We're going to skip over 3 white notes. So we're going to skip over 1, 2, 3 notes and go to this note, which is 4 notes down. It's called an F. You don't have to remember that. But we're going to play that one right there. And we're going to say un, because fun gets split up into 2 notes in this song. So it's going to be fa-un. So again, it's going to be trolls, they wanna have fun. And if we go back and play that E that we started with and say out loud, yeah, 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 yeah. That's the yeah. And then we're just going to play that beginning part again, section 1, because this is section 1 also. Trolls just wanna have fun. Okay, so that would be the first half of the song. That, along with the track, would be something like, well, if you're in the archives, make sure you pause the video right now and you practice this section so you can play along with us when we play here in just a second. But if you're with us live, just play all the notes that you can. Hopefully at least the first 2 notes, that'd be good. And then don't worry about all the ones that you miss. Let's try this thing together. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, ready, go. Trolls, they wanna have fun. Yeah, trolls just wanna have fun.
section 1 is going to come back at the very end again. That's section 1 down there. We do need this section right here. So this is going to be a lot like that big jump that we had before, where we went from the C all the way down to an F. We had to skip over 3 notes here. This time we're going to skip from the C up over 3 notes and land on this one, which is called a G. I know it seems like it should be called an F because when we jumped down 4 notes, then it was an F, and now we're jumping up over 3 notes. We're jumping up 4 notes, and this one's going to be a G. But whatever. It's the one that's jumping over 3 notes up, and we're going to say the words, they just wanna. So that's section 2. They just wanna. We're going to play that exact same thing and even say the exact same words. They just wanna. Okay? Cool. So we do 2 of section 2 in a row, and then we're going to play these 3 notes right here. I'm going to go ahead and show you these, even though we have got another section 2 coming up, just because I think you can do them. It's C, and then D, and then E. So it's 3 notes all in a row. So it'll take some practice to get the timing of it right, but you can definitely find those notes. It's C, D, E. And that's after the 2 section 2s. So they just wanna, they just wanna, And then we're going to do section 2 again. All right. Guy wants this to be the last time through. Let me show you the end of the song, though. They just wanna, and then section 1 is the end of the song. Trolls just wanna have fun. Let's try the whole thing. Of course, if you're watching in the archives, then make sure you pause the video and practice so you can play as many notes as possible when you come back. But if you're live with us, just get all the notes that you can. Don't worry about the rest. Let's go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Trolls, they wanna have fun. Yeah, trolls just wanna have fun. They just several times so you can do that one smoothly. It might take you maybe several days or even a week or 2 or 3 weeks. But if you want to see what good hard practice looks like, check out Jose Rivera playing this version of Spider-Man. Great job, Jose. That was awesome. Kendra, tell us about our weekly activity.
This week is the treble clef spelling, and if you write the names of the notes, they all spell words. Find the words and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for an extra 150 bonus points from our mascot penguin Clopple.
And that's an important one if you're wanting to try level 2 or level 3, because you'll need to start reading those notes on the treble clef. So that's a great weekly activity for people trying to move out of level 1. But right now it's time to play a little bit of major minor. So here's how this works. I'm going to play 2 chords for you. You're going to tell me which one is major, the first chord or the second chord. A lot of you have no idea what I'm talking about, which is why we're going to bring in Kendra right now. And we're going to talk about these 2 types of chords. One of them is called a major chord. And it sounds kind of like this. It sounds kind of happy. And then the other one is called a minor chord. And minor chords generally sound kind of sad. They're like that. So that's a minor chord. Should sound kind of sad-ish. And the major ones should sound kind of happy. So I'm going to play you 2 chords. You're going to tell me if the first one is major or minor. Hopefully you'll get more right than Kendra, but she's pretty good at this stuff. So let's try this. Our first chord is this one right here. And here's our second chord. Which one of those was the major one? Was it number 1 or was it number 2? Again, number 1 and number 2. Kendra, what do you think?
Well, the second one sounded really like dark and depressing,
Yes.
so I'm going to go with the first one.
The first one was the major one. Good job. That was the major one. Cool. Let's do this again. We got 2 more tries on this. If you didn't get that one right, that's perfectly fine. Practice a lot. You'll get better at these. So here's another chance to practice. This chord right here. Is that one major or minor? That one, is that major or minor? One of those was a major chord. Was it the first chord or the second chord? Let's go one more time. That's number 1. That's number 2. Kendra, what do you think?
Well, okay, so the first one, I was like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's minor because it was kind of dark, but it was harder to tell. I don't know what it was that was harder about it, but the second one sounded like a lot more like bright.
Brightened up,
Okay.
Cool. So the second one was the major one. Nice work. Okay, last one. Here we go. If you're not getting any of these, that's all right. You just keep listening. That's what makes you better at this. If you are getting some of them, good job. Here we go. That's the first chord. That's the second chord. One of those was major. Let's listen one more time. This is number 1. And this is number 2. Which one of those was major? Was it the first chord or the second chord?
The second one.
The second one was the major chord. Great job. Hopefully you got 1 or 2 of those at home. If not, that's all right. If you are in Clapple Academy level 3, I think you're doing this in your ear training. And there are lots of websites where you can practice this stuff on your own. But right now, it's time for us to take a little bit of Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the Mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Inspire staff who says, do you teach all your students to read music? Well, we do read music every single week here, but students kind of get to stay at their own level whenever they want to move up to the next level. They can do that, and that's kind of up to them. So there are some parents who like really want their students to learn how to read music, and so they like encourage their students to move along to the higher levels and stuff like that. And also there's Clapple Academy, which teaches you basically everything about music, but it takes a really long time to go through, and it's a lot of really hard work. So some people prefer to just do the live lessons, and they just kind of move up to the next levels whenever they're ready. So yes, it's there for everybody to learn, but we don't force anybody to learn any particular part of music. Music is here for you to enjoy. So if you're enjoying yourself and you're playing music, winner. Now, let's learn about a little bit of secret information.
Secret information.
I have no idea which way I'm supposed to wear this hat. Is this backwards or is it forwards? Does it go like that? Is that right? I don't know. Whatever. Our secret information today. Let's see here. We'll open our top secret folder and find out about our song. Now, this is stuff that most people don't need to know. Most people don't know it. But there's this section called, this section here, They Just Wanna. This thing right here, this section 2. We play it 2 times in a row. But you might notice the second time, it's a little bit harder. Before we've talked about this thing called melodic sequencing. Now, again, you don't really learn about this even in Clapple Academy. This is like super deep secret stuff. Melodic sequencing is like when we take some little phrase like that, and then we move it over. And we move it over. That's called sequencing. It's like the same pattern, but it's moved over. Well, this is the same rhythmic pattern, but it's moved over rhythmically. So when you play, they just wanna, the second note is on beat 1. They just wanna. But then on the next one, the second note is not on beat 1. So it's the same rhythm, but it feels like it's not the same rhythm because we have rhythmically sequenced it. We've taken the same exact rhythm and moved it over to just a beat or 2. So it feels like it's different even though it's the exact same thing. So if you find yourself having more difficulty with the second number 2 than the first number 2, it's because of the rhythmic sequencing there. So that's something we've already done in melodies before. This is one of our first rhythmic sequences. Well, it's time to find out who won the raffle. Congratulations, way to go. Let us know what prize it is that you want. Let's move on to level 2.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.